Right, I want to finally end on something a bit more lighthearted, and let's discuss our highlights or possible lowlights of the year. Tom, what have you picked as your highlight of 2024?
I've got 2 Wales-related things.
Two. You can have
Wales
2. Well, if they're both connected.
So number 1 is Donald Trump on the Joe Rogan Experience talking about how he wants to be a whale psychologist.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I want to be a whale psychiatrist. It drives the whales freaking crazy.
Yes, incredible. Just apropos enough of not into this. The other thing is, I don't know if anyone else has been, this kind of a story from this year, but also the last few years. Since 2020, like the Welsh government have been going slowly more and more insane. They signed themselves up to this anti-racist action plan. And so there is this constant steady stream of stories, particularly in the Telegraph, of like all of the bizarre initiatives they've had to embark upon because of this, like a list of various racist buildings because the pub was named after Nelson. Or what have you.
Or pirates.
There's a
like
dog-free walking zone because apparently that was, more inclusive for minorities.
Dogs are racist.
Yeah.
Dogs are racist. There was something about the librarians having to do their anti-racist training, but they couldn't do it in the racist buildings, and also so
there was a whole town that was condemned as racist, or a whole village. Yeah, because it's called Nelson.
Exactly.
And Nelson is a symbol of racism. So you can't do any government work in this village of Nelson because you might be contaminated by the Welsh racism virus.
It's a hell of a rabbit hole to go down. So yes, whale psychologists and racist whales is my 2 things.
I'm going to say mine because it's slightly related. Another sort of province of the UK, Scotland. Humza Yousaf. You mentioned earlier, Francis, the Hate Crime Act. 2024 was the year it came into force. And it was absolutely glorious that about a week after it came in, we discovered that the most complained about hate criminal to the police was none other than Humza Yousaf himself, with people reporting this insane speech that he gave to the Scottish Parliament where he denounced all of the leading figures of the Scottish establishment as white.
The Lord President, white. The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white.
I don't believe in hate speech, but it was a pretty hateful, pretty angry speech. Inaya, what's your?
I've got loads.
Okay.
You just reminded me of one. I didn't actually think about it before, but that I think Islamists who tried to buy like a Scottish island. And then actually, and then in reaction, the Conservative commentator Calvin Robinson went on tried to have a GoFundMe to create a Christian alternative to the island. But I think loads of them came out of the US. The famous Kamala Harris, unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
It just showed again just this kind of Meghan Markle-esque, quite vacuous type of politics that really just summed it up for a lot of people.
That's why we're here today. Because we have the ability to see what can be, unburdened by what has been.
We can see what is possible, unburdened by what has been.
Joe Biden introducing Vladimir Zelensky as Vladimir Putin.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
We're all meant to just believe that this guy is just like a folksy everyman. There's nothing wrong going on here. That making such a gaffe.
It was amazing because that was after the debate where he unraveled live on air, and everyone bigged this up. This was going to be Joe Biden's chance to prove that actually he's fine and actually there's nothing wrong, and that he just had one bad day, and then he not only introduced Zelensky as Vladimir Putin, he also described Mr. Putin as very brave and courageous and determined.
And then he corrected himself like, no, I mean, we're going to get Putin. We don't like Putin. Anyway, here's Putin. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to miss him.
He will be missed.
I think my moment was the Tony Hinchcliffe joke saga.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
So I went to the rally to see for myself. And
wow.
Yeah, and then I saw, number one, like, it was just so mental watching Hulk Hogan deliver a speech on stage at the rally. And I was there going, I can't see this happening in the Conservative Party conference.
Really going to dig out my giant haystacks.
And today, this is Donald Trump's house, brother.
And then it all unfolded, and and AOC was very skilled the way she manipulated it and made it into this huge story. And then Biden came out and then described all the people at the rally as garbage.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
Yes. Then therefore killing the story. And then Trump came out in the reflective garbage man outfit. And you're going, oh, what is going on here? Is this politics? Is this a roast? It was just insane just to be in the epicenter of that and just watch it all unfold.
I mean, it's saying something that 3/4 of people's highlights were Trump related, but that's fine. That's fine.
Of course.
I mean,
The banter era returns, so that's the main
banter
thing,
era returns, exactly.
He's the funniest guy on planet Earth.
Well, it's going to be a very exciting 2025.